decided I wanted to be a writer during a year off I took between high school and college, and I was pretty determined from that point on. I wrote a lot of bad stuff before I got, a little better. And I think for me, actually, unlike a lot of people who have a sort of big start, I had a very slow build. And in a way, I think that was really good because I didn't have a lot of attention on me. Even when I felt like I didn't have a lot of encouragement, I always kept going because for me, writing fiction is sort of like a belief system. It's what makes the world feel alive to me. Well, in a way, I think some of my most powerful library interactions have come after I've been a writer. Living in New York, there have been, New York can be so noisy, and I've lived in really unpleasant apartments, and often I would actually go to the New York Public Library, the main branch on 42nd Street, just to write. So I've written, stories and even parts of books in libraries, and also Manhattan Beach, in a way, began with a fellowship I had at the New York Public Library when I started researching New York during World War II and understanding how rich and thrilling that time was, and that really was why I decided to write Manhattan Beach. Manhattan Beach has really three protagonists. A girl named Anna Kerrigan, who works at the Brooklyn Navy Yard as a 19-year-old doing industrial work, as so many women did during the war. Her father, Eddie, who was a longshoreman and a sort of a worker for a corrupt union on the Irish waterfront, and an organized crime boss named Dexter Stiles. The three of them intersect when Anna is 11, and her father, she knows, has some sort of working relationship with Dexter Stiles, but she is not sure what it consists of. The father then abandons the family, he disappears, and Anna's path crosses Dexter Stiles' path at a later point when she's 19 and working at the Navy Yard. He does not know that they've had any previous contact, but she begins to wonder if he might be able to give her information that would help her find her father. So she sort of befriends him without his knowing of their previous connection. I'm the president of PEN America, which is one part of PEN International, and our mission is to celebrate creative expression and literature and to protect the freedoms that make free expression possible. Well, I think the intersection of creative expression and human rights most immediately is to celebrate creative expression, celebrate literature, and protect the freedoms that allow people to write, which don't exist in many parts of the world. I mean, journalists are routinely jailed and sometimes killed for their work, and creative artists are as well. And on our home soil, more recently, that has meant looking at things like fake news or accusations against journalists who are actually telling the truth and protecting their right to express themselves and not be invalidated with false accusations simply because people may not like what they're saying or want other people to know about the things that they're writing about. In a way, that's partly why PEN America exists, to remind Americans of what we luxuriate in terms of freedoms, and to make Americans aware of how difficult it is for people in other countries, and to actually advocate for those people. Of the 42 writers we have advocated for specifically who are imprisoned, I believe 38 have been freed. So it's amazing how if you raise people's awareness and rally their energies, you can actually help other people in other countries. And that's, I think, that our duty as Americans, because we don't have to deal with a lot of these problems, and hopefully we never will.